Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm reacting to issues of modern Hindu society. I believe this is hopefully Lakhani talking about. I'm kind of curious as to what issues is he talking about, and also wondering if what he says to be true today. I mean, mind you, I guess I've heard Lakhani has passed away, which is genuinely sad. But I'm wondering if there's a saying about history repeating itself, and I'm wondering, kind of like the same thing with America or any, probably most societies, that a lot of things in the past are still issues today. But anyways, let's go and get started.
What's the difference between animals and humans? In the animal kingdom, animals will look after the children. Haven't you seen even the insects in the animals? All of them will look after their children. They'll feed them. You know, the mother chick will feed the baby chick, and that's routine in nature. So looking after children is not a big deal. We are programmed to do it. Our genes are programmed to do it. So nothing special. But in the animal kingdom, an old person is cast aside. An old lion in a pack of lions will be pushed aside. He won't be given any food. Let him die. They'll push him aside.
Well, real quick, um, let's not talk about turtles then. I do. I mean, obviously, the majority of animal kingdom society, that yes, generally speaking, the baby is taken care of, but in turtle society, I don't know if it's all turtle society. I do remember seeing this one show. It was very interesting. Was the fact that a turtle would fly to the beach, would dig a hole and then plant a lot of eggs and then cover it up, and then it would just leave. And then the babies would hatch, and then they would have to race out to the ocean and try to get away from, I believe, seagulls or something, some type of bird, and other predators out there. So I won't say all animals, but I get what he's trying to say so far.
A pack of lions will be pushed aside. He won't be given any food. Let him die. They'll push him aside. His usefulness is over. Kick him out. In the animal kingdom, they kick out. We are human. The amount of time we devote to our children should be the same amount of time we devote to our elders. This shows that we have evolved out of the animal kingdom and entered the human kingdom. Why are they? Just because their usefulness is over, you throw them out? The person who fed you in his dying days, he doesn't want a nurse to hold his hand. He wants you to hold his hand. He wants the family to stand around him in his dying days, not some institution. This is your religion. So when Hindus, youngsters come and say, we look after our children, I say, yeah, but I come from Africa. I said, doodoo do that as well, doodoo. Insects, what's the big deal? Show me that you evolved out of the doodoo kingdom. What about your parents? Oh, I've got a Mercedes 500 and my mommy is standing in the bus queue. Good for you.
I'm a little confused. I mean, I understand some portion of it, but is it that, I guess, the kids are not taking care of their elderly? And I kind of understand a little bit. Like, there are what do you call it? Elder societies. Elder societies. There is elder care that can do a good job at caring for your parents and stuff. I'm not saying it's for everyone. There are some elder people who love being around people like them, and they get to meet and talk to other people. It's like you cannot be with your parents, 24/7. Much like whenever you were growing up, your parents weren't with you 24/7. There were times where they had to be somewhere else at the same time. And at the same time, I do see that. Like I said, in my country, it's the elders do stay at the home, and the children, mind you. So it's usually a combined effort between the child and the grandchild to take care of the parents, and it's all kind of shared like communally a little bit. They all kind of stay in the same home, if they can fit there, of course. But now I guess, because of modern society, that they're kind of developing these areas where you kind of have like elderly people who can't take care of themselves, and they have professional people there that can help them bathe and help them maybe use the restroom and help them go outside and explore a little bit, because that's their job. They do that full time, whereas you can't be at your house the entire time to take care of your parents, and you have to go to work. And what happens if your parents fall down on the ground and they're just laying there all this time? They don't have their cell phones with them or anything. So it's an understanding thing um, about that kind of situation where you can't be, if you don't have children there, you can't be taking care of your parents. You have no one to kind of watch them. Like he's probably assuming that there's families around that check up on them. But what if you moved? And your parent moved with you to help you out, and then maybe you want your parents close by, and you kind of take them away from family a little bit. Maybe with a brother and sister or something. I don't know. Just it's situational for sure. So I have that understanding as to why some parents love going to this elderly communities, because they could be around people around their age and have probably similar interests, make friends, and you can go there and visit, and they're looked after decently well, um, and and that you can be a little bit, I would say, less worried about them, because there's generally speaking someone that will check up on them ever so often at the very least. Whereas if you're by yourself with your parents, and then you leave to go work for 8 to 10 hours, you come back and they've just been laying on the ground for so long. That's something terrible. So you're not putting them up there because you hate them. Sometimes you're putting them up there because you're concerned, genuine concern. And I also, again, this was my grandfather. He's so stubborn. But anyways, we never put them up in an elderly home, because we have a very large family at home, and they were taken care of. I'll, I'll say though, if you put, oh my gosh, if you put my grandfather on my mom's side on the elderly home, he will be a rough person to deal with. He is super strong, but because he had one side that had a stroke, and so he only had use of the other side, so he'd walk all the time. Anyways, going too deep. But anyways, I hope you understand why I'm making. I want to say it's an issue. There's reasons behind it, I hope, and the reasons being that you can't look after your parents sometimes, and you need professional help. These people are there to help them out, and they can be around other people of very similar interests. So it's not all negative. Maybe your parents don't like it, and maybe that's not for them. Maybe there are parents out there that like it and they love meeting new people. Maybe they're resistant at first, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, you know what, I actually like it here, let me stay. You know. Then you have stubborn parents who just want to be at home all the time. And you can't help but be worried, especially if there's no one watching them. But if there's someone watching, that's a little bit of a different story. So, anyways, there's a whole bunch of reasoning behind things, and I understand. I try to be understanding. I understand why people do certain things over another, and hopefully, when you see this, you don't automatically judge people, and hopefully try to understand what they're going through. Anyways, that's my reaction to issues of other Hindu society, which don't really know exactly, if it's necessarily an issue. Honestly, it seems like it's potential issue, sure, if the parent don't want to be there, but at the same time, it's a solution to a problem. That if you can't be with your parents, you can't watch them 24/7, then you at least putting them in a care of a capable person, and also there's a chance for them to talk to people of similar interests, hopefully. I'm not saying it's the greatest thing, but yet at the same time, it could be for them. You don't know. Anyways, if you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up, the sound down below. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next vid.